name is Oleg, O-L-E-G. In Russian it sounds like Oleg. Americans would just pronounce it like Oleg. Friends call me Rock and Rolleg, and I'm 27. I'm from Moscow, from the Soviet Union. Well, at least what used to be Soviet Union.
My name is Igor in Russian, and Yusuf, and I'm 27, sorry. And what else? I play guitar and I sing. Sometimes I dance. This is all.
My name is Igor. I'm 28. I'm from Moscow.
My name is Yuri. I'm 27 and I play in Limpopo since 1986. And I'm from Siberia.
Well, street musician thing it's pretty long. I mean, first there's this street in Moscow, Arbat Street. It's so much like this, just pedestrian mall, and I would do that back in Moscow. And I live, like back in Moscow, I live right on that street. But I've tried to play music here on Boardwalk, like in San Francisco on Fisherman's Wharf, and down in San Diego in Balboa Park a couple of years ago. And then also last summer, not last summer actually, the summer before last summer, because I spent over a year in the United States this time. This is my third trip. And I just learned how to play bass, stand-up bass. A friend of mine gave me bass, and so I just was into learning to play bass, and I was playing that in Moscow, and I brought it with me just in case, so I could, like, if I'm in New York, I can just go to Washington Square Park and play my bass with anyone, because there's so many guitarists, but no one carries stand-up bass around.
I studied in Moscow teachers training in university. I studied English, Russian, and German, and I had a band during these years of studying, a Limpopo band, and like I was probably one of the first who made this band, and we traveled a lot with that band in a couple of countries also, and also in America, and now I'm here.
I met the guys in Moscow and I joined their band. And actually, we were Igor and Oleg, another Oleg and me, we just started the band there. Three of us, we are not professional musicians. But now we are, probably, because we play all our life, but we didn't finish musical school or anything.
We had a tour in America 2 years ago, in Colorado, Utah, and California. We were so surprised about life in here and people and everything. That's why we are here right now.
First of all, we're all Russians, so we just play Russian folk music, which is not the kind of music we would want to play back in Russia, because it's like, it would be just ridiculous to play Russian folk music in Russia. It's like rock and roll here. You turn on the radio and there's this Russian folk music all over the place. So But here, we just tried to do that once. I remember a couple of years ago when I first came to LA, and I took my guitar and went to Venice Boardwalk. And I met some musicians. I was trying to play with them, and just some rock and roll. I like rock and roll. I like kind of bossa nova, bluesy stuff. And then I just tried to do some Russian folk, and it worked. It's like something unusual. I guess that's why people like us. And well, we're not bad musicians. Well, I don't know. We're more of a performers. We just do the show, and people seem to enjoy it.
Some people say we are Russian folk music. We are, but it's not exactly the folk. It's more like irony. It's like a little bit exaggerated folk. Sometimes we make fun of it. And some people who know exactly how Russian music should sound, they understand it. But here it's, I don't know, people take it as a folk music.
Everything's great, especially California. Weather is great, the ocean, palms, nice people, promenade, 3rd Street. Such a great place to come, to have a good time, to play.
Like you go back to Moscow now, it's the 1st of November, it's snowing, but Los Angeles is something, hey, it's all the same all year round. That's probably the best what I like about it. And, well, also Los Angeles is always, I've been impressed by how many different people here, all kinds of people, and it's, everything together, and it's just impressive.
I was learning jazz 10 years in Russia. I had so many tapes, American tapes of American musicians like Charlie Parker, Miles Davis, and John Coltrane, everything. That's why I like America, I like music. And now we're playing Russian stuff. It works because it works here.
I really like Santa Monica. I think there is some sort of like humanistic attitude. I mean, you feel it. I heard that there are like many socialists in the government of the city. I can feel it, because especially probably people like me who came here first and they don't have enough money, to buy a ticket for a bus, and when this ticket is twice cheaper, I can only thank them for this, and I really understand such people who cannot pay for their ticket more, and It's quite clean and sunny near the ocean. I like it very. It's green. Like if you go to some other places, it's not so green, not so many trees. But here, it's wonderful, and especially when people did this Third Street promenade, it's good. Everybody likes to come here. It's just different. You have to live here. You have to live not in a hotel, but you have, like to have your own money, just to understand what life is here. Like, so it's hard to say. It's just completely the opposite. Usually in Russia they have this point of view, like American is someone like always chewing gum, having fun and listening to the rock and roll, but it's different. People working so hard here, I think in Russia people sometimes do not understand what is really work. But here people work for something. There they work for nothing.
I guess for most Russians coming over here, is the most shocking experience is first time being in a supermarket. It's still, I still feel sort of excited if each time I would go to, supermarket. I just love going through all those aisles, just looking all those things. But I don't know. That's pretty shocking experience. I've known a lot of Russians coming over here. They just, But for me, it's like mostly people. I like people, and you can, like back in Moscow, you can easily spot Americans smiling. Russians, like cold winter, they never smile. They think they're gloomy thoughts, and they never look at each other. They never smile to each other. And there's this like, hey, Americans, just like walking around Moscow. You can say, yeah, these are American tourists.
Americans like to smile, and that's what I like about them most of all. Russians mostly like to complain. I don't know what would Americans say if they had that life, what the Russians live. Probably they would complain too, but for now, if you ask American, how are you doing? He always say, oh, I'm fine, thank you. But Russian will say, thank you, I'm normally, you say something normal is something not bad, not good.
Аркадий красить пол, а я тут тебя люблю и слушать рок-н-ролл. 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 Григорий любит слово, я Аркадий слово. Гол! А я тут тебя люблю и слушать рок-н-ролл. 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 Rock and roll. Ra-ta-ta-ta. 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 Hey! There goes bass solo! Гол! А я ну тебя люблю и слушать рок-н-ролл. О, рок-н-ролл. О, рок-н-ролл. Oh, yeah! Thank you.
I like women here. It's just this is why I came here. Just put it in the first row, yeah. And yeah, I think like it's good when people can love each other. What can be better? And no, I don't feel like marrying someone.
To get married? Is it really important?
No.
I am getting married, yeah. I'm happy. I'm really happy.
I'm married 6 months, and my wife, her name is Debbie, and she's film editor. She's an American. I'm happy, and it looks like she's also happy. I'm not an American citizen. I'm a Russian citizen, but I have a green card, and I work here. I'm an apprenticed film editor. I work now a movie called Dark Half, Stephen King's story. And, I think people will like it. I hope so.
The ultimate thing is so I would be able to go back and forth. That's what I like to do. Stay here, then go back to Russia, then stop in Paris, you know, go to China, Japan. That's the best. I don't want to, you know, stick around, you know, stay in one spot all. I like traveling. I want to go everywhere.
You know, I came here to study, but because of money problems, I cannot afford it. But I wouldn't like, you know, to belong to one country, and I wouldn't like to be an American. I wouldn't like to be a Russian. I just would like to be myself. Not egoistic, but I think like nationalities, they will go away very soon. It's just the matter of time. And it's starting in America. Is probably like most mixed nationalities. So it's gonna be in future in all other countries.
I'm Russian. I'm fine. If I can't work like Russian, I will. If I cannot, I will try to be American citizen.
здесь очень большие возможности, и нужно, ну, просто, мне кажется, только использовать их.
А джаз это, как все знают, это родина Америки. Вот. И в общем, вот почему я люблю Америку. Вот. Сейчас мы играем русскую музыку, это то, что нравится американским людям в основном. Это можно понять. Это и дух, жизнь, деньги, все вместе.
Дорогие друзья, экономьте воду. Ну и good luck вам. Счастливо. Ну, от всей души просто говорю, что приятно здесь. Жизнь хороша, и песни поем.
Мне хотелось бы сказать, что наши люди, вообще люди, им свойственно плакать, там, скулить, какая там плохая жизнь, нехорошая. Мне кажется, это не важно, где ты живешь, когда ты живешь. Самое главное, если ты хочешь быть счастливым, будь счастливым. И то, что все зависит от тебя, и некого винить. Если хочешь быть счастливым, будь им. Вот и все. That's all.
Разом на роботу я прийшов, тебе нема. Відпалила, підвела. Ти ж мене відмарила, ти ж мене відвела. Ти ж мене молодого сумаролу носила. Ти ж мене відмарила, ти ж мене відвела. Ти ж мене молодого сумаролу носила. Чемпіонок шарили, чемпіонок шарили. Паспорта нету,